what goes on here in the minds of some people, Steve, and it happens a little bit over here. You know, if you're a sort of an ardent lefty over here, it's always been bizarre when I see, I don't know, somebody like Owen Jones describe Rishi Sunak as some extreme hard right leader. And you think, but really? Now, I appreciate that from where Owen Jones sits, Jeremy Corbyn is probably a hard right leader. However, it's this idea that you have to kind of caricature your enemy in order to make sense of your own position.
Yeah, it's like purity politics, isn't it?
Yeah.
If there is one small thing they disagree with you on, you need to make out that they are the entire opposite extreme end of the spectrum that you're on. And it's ridiculous. It's the worst way to do politics. It's a great way to do entertainment, though. Nice. So I think a lot of it is that, isn't it? Like, entertainment is filled, or things that purport to be news are filled with entertainment of two people who are equally wrong, who are ignorant of the facts that disagree with them, shouting at each other.
Yeah.
Lots of stuff is that. And that's kind of okay if that's what you want to make your telly do, but you actually need politics that's willing to say, all right, well, you got some good points and let's talk about those points. That's what should be happening now. What should be happening now is people saying, oh, I didn't expect this outcome. I'm clearly not cognizant of all the facts. How do I learn more facts about what people in America want? But that wouldn't be as exciting as to say, oh, no, America's racist.
It's very strange. And, you know, obviously Keir Starmer as far as I know, Steve, I don't think he's gone as far as David Lammy has in I think in 2017 and even only last year. Lammy was saying some pretty horrific things about Donald Trump. All right, it's a democracy. He's allowed to do that. Unfortunately, he became the Foreign Secretary in the following and subsequent months. So his position is in a different place. But Starmer is quite clear that he wants to retain a good relationship. Let's have a listen to what the Prime Minister said on how he's hoping to go forward with the 47th President of the United States.
Our relationship with the US is a strong relationship forged in very difficult circumstances historically. It remains as strong today as it was when it was first forged, and I look forward to working with President-elect Trump to ensure that relationship stays a special relationship.
There it is. He's only been Prime Minister 20 weeks, Steve. Seems strange, doesn't it?
Yeah, we've all aged a lot, doesn't it? Although that still works out as like quite a few multiples of Liz Truss's. So it's these days it zooms by, doesn't it?
It's a very good point. I don't for one second imagine our position will change in terms of the relationship with Donald Trump. But Trump is that kind of, and I'm sure it's very annoying if you're another leader. I was looking at some footage of him yesterday, when he was at those kind of G7s and those G20s and all those kind of summits back in his first time in the White House. And, he's right there up front. He looks at these guys like they're the interns that have just shown up. And, Big Don is in town. And it's as simple as that. I don't imagine if you said to him, what do you think of David Lammy? I would imagine his first answer would be, who's David Lammy?
Yeah, exactly. I think we're making a big deal out of this because from our point of view, we're all like, oh, no, what's going to happen? It's nowhere near the top of his intro, is it? Thinking, what does David Lammy has to say? Also, Donald Trump is a pragmatist or utilitarian, whichever it would be, that if we serve a purpose, there will be a special relationship. If ever it's politically expedient to mention that you're upset by David Lammy, it will come up. Clearly, he can be offended. He can hold a grudge, but he can also forgive. Like the guy who's got to be the vice president literally compared him to Hitler, and now he's okay. Admittedly, if Donald Trump didn't work with people who at some point compared him to Hitler, he'd be a sole trader.
Yes.
There's loads of people who've had some say about that at a time. But now J.D. Vance goes from calling him a Hitler to being vice president, looking like he's about to start singing Friday I'm in Love. He really has got The Cure eyeliner all the time.
Is that eyeliner? Is that how he is? Is that how he looks?
It looks a bit 1980s emo, doesn't it? Maybe he just never watched it off.
There's something of the emo going there.
Yeah, he would sing Love Cats, but we know that he doesn't love cats.
He doesn't hate cats.
Cats are the women associated. But yeah, I don't think we need to worry too much. Trump, he'll only hold a grudge, not if the grudge is the purpose, but if there's other purpose to be served.
Well, if you want to hear and get a gauge of what some of those left-wing pundits sound like, unable to comprehend that Kamala Harris lost, let's have a listen. And this is a TikTok mashup. Let's have a listen to some of the reactions.
Yo, I'm scared to go to sleep. I might wake up a slave. I'm sorry. No, no.
right? Like we're just gonna wake up tomorrow morning and everything's gonna go back to the way it'll be a psych. It'll be like a really bad dream.
All I can say is how dare you?
Now, that is the kind of reaction that talk listeners get when they turn the radio on a Saturday and realise it's David Bull and not Mike Graham. But on this occasion, this was a response to obviously realising that Kamala Harris has lost and Trump has won. I mean, these are people literally losing their mind.
Yes. I mean, just to slightly push back there, a lot of that is because you can now cherry pick more easily due to the internet. In the old days, I'm sure there were people crying in cars after election results were announced, but we just didn't get to film it.
But who films their own face and says, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to have I'm going to record myself looking like a demented moron, and then I'm going to post it for the world to see.
And you know what's more cynical? I believe lots of those must have done it and gone like, no, I'll do another one. Take two. That's cynical, isn't it?
That's a very good point.